created God?
Where did God come from?
What created
Good
God?
question. Who created God?
It's been around a long time, and actually, my 7-year-old daughter just finished asking me this question the other day. So I suppose you could say that his philosophical reasoning is at the same level as a 7-year-old, but I would never say that because that's a mean thing to say. Now, I can get how, when you're asking the question, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Then where did that come from? The next logical step is to ask, well, then where did God come from? But it really does show a complete lack of understanding about the whole point of the cosmological argument. Considering Tyson speaks about these things fairly often, he should at least be aware of this. Now, the universe has either always existed or it had a beginning. So either the string of cause and effect relationships goes backwards forever, for eternity, and there's always another cause behind the effect. Or there's a beginning point that started the whole thing going, which is actually what science seems to imply with the Big Bang. If there's a beginning point to the long list of cause and effects, then that beginning point would be able to cause things without itself needing a cause. We just call this first cause that started the whole thing going, God. In fact, there's a term for this kind of idea where people refer to it as the God of the philosophers, not specific to any world religion, meaning that there's the basic fundamental concept of God that philosophy points to. What was that first moment where there wasn't anything and then all of a sudden there was? That's what we call the first cause, or the uncaused cause. So with that in mind, let's look at what Neil deGrasse Tyson said. When Steve Harvey brings up the idea of God as being the explanation for where everything came from, basically, what is the first cause? Neil deGrasse Tyson asks,
why won't you allow me to ask you, where did God come from?
so if we're talking about the uncaused cause, the thing that brings other things into existence without itself needing to be brought into existence, the first of all the causes with nothing before it, and you ask, what's the cause of that thing? It's like saying, hey, you know that thing that doesn't have a cause? What caused it? Or asking, hey, you know that thing that doesn't have a beginning? What's its beginning? If you're able to ask that question, it shows you don't really understand the concept behind the cosmological argument. For example, suppose a little kid comes up to you and asks, what color is the number 4?